Wh40k Fluff for the uninitiated.
Episode 9. The Primarchs Part 2. Primarchs 1 to 5. This list is intended to give a short overview of the Primarchs, not provide detailed background information. I might in the future outline the stories of individual Primarchs and their legions if there is demand. 1. Primarch of the First Legion Astartes, the Dark Angels. Ryan L. Johnson, also called the Lion. He landed on Caliban after his abduction and lived the first 10 years alone in the jungle of this feral world full of great beasts. He never in his life spoke of what happened to him in this time. Despite showing incredible survival skills, the Lion's greatest strength was being a brilliant strategist. He remained loyal during the Horus Heresy, but was struck down by Luther, his best friend, then corrupted by chaos upon return to his homeworld, which was then accidentally blown to pieces by the Angels' orbital bombardment. One of the best kept secrets of the Dark Angels is that Johnson lies buried inside the asteroid containing the Fortress Monastery, the only piece of Caliban still intact. It is said that he is just waiting for the time when he will be needed again. 2.
Deleted from Imperial records. Authorization unknown.
3. Primarch of the Third Legion Astartes, the Emperor's Children. Fulgrim, also known as the Phoenician. He landed on Chemos after his abduction, a former mining world dependent on interstellar trade for food, which was cut off by warp storms and consequently starving. Within 50 years, Fulgrim had advanced recycling technology to the point where Chemos was self-sufficient and became its sole leader. Because his early life was spent knowing only bare necessities, he developed a love for art and culture, which Chemos was sorely lacking at the time. Eventually, this would lead to an obsession with perfection in all things. Dazzled by the beauty of the Emperor and his warriors, he immediately pledged allegiance to him. His legion, allowed by the Emperor to call themselves the Emperor's Children and to be the only Astartes to bear his aquila on their armor, consisted of only 200 Space Marines, due to an accident that destroyed most of their gene seed. While destroying a race called the Lyran, he became fascinated with their concept of beauty and claimed a sword of theirs as a trophy. It turned out that this sword was demonically possessed, and it corrupted him and through him his legion, due to which they sided with Horus during the heresy. While his homeworld was later destroyed by the Imperium, Fulgrim himself still lives, possessed by the demon that once inhabited his sword, and he has since been promoted to a Slaaneshi demon prince. 4. Primarch of the 4th Legion Astartes, the Iron Warriors. Perturabo. He landed on Olympia, basically a small hive world of stone instead of metal. He was taken in by Damachos, the tyrant of the city-state Lochos. Perturabo never trusted his adoptive father or any other Olympian, earning him a reputation for being cold and brooding. He immediately pledged allegiance to the Emperor upon his arrival. The specialty of his Iron Warriors was siege warfare, while of all the Primarchs none could match Perturabo's affinity for technology. He sided with Horus during the heresy, and in the aftermath lured 4 companies of Imperial Fist Space Marines into a trap, killing all of them and sacrificing their gene seed to the gods of chaos, whereupon he was elevated to the rank of Demon Prince as well. He is still alive today. 5. Primarch of the 5th Legion Astartes, the White Scars. Jagatai Khan. He landed on the planet called Chogoris by its native inhabitants and Mundus Planus by the Imperium, a feral world dominated by wide open plains and tall mountains, all fought over by tribes of horsemen, because the world had only evolved to the stage of black powder. So when he was taken in by the tribal leader Ong Khan, he grew to be a tribal warlord and master horseman, who set out to unite all the tribes under his banner to end the constant wars. He specialized in fast hit-and-run attacks on horseback, but trained his soldiers to be dangerous close-quarter combatants in heavy armor as well. After having conquered nearly all the planet, he was faced with the duty of ruling them all, something he did not actually wish for, so he split his people up into tribes again, but this time each tribe would be ruled by one of his loyal generals. When the Emperor came to him, he dropped to one knee and pledged his service. He and his White Scars Legion would aspire to unite all the stars, as he had all tribes on his planet. He remained loyal during the heresy, but his ship was sucked into the warp afterwards, where, his legion claims, he will fight chaos for all eternity. Scholars remain doubtful of this.